What does it take to become immortal? Welcome to Homerik. Now, at the time of this video, living forever is the work of science fiction. So, immortality in the physical form is not what we're going to talk about. Rather, we're going to talk about leaving a legacy behind. So by studying the works of the greats, we kind of gain some insight on how to do this. Now, the key word here is works. Means you need to develop something. You need to bring something to light in this world before your death so that others can revere it to follow for the next thousands of years. Now, that sounds kind of intimidating to feel like all that pressure's on you to make something before you die, but is it really? You're never going to meet those people. Just make it for yourself. And if it's something you truly believe in, then hopefully you achieve something of this stature. But I digress. This is what's required in order to be immortalized. The first requirement is that your work must be publicized. It kind of sounds obvious, but nobody's going to know who you are unless it's public. And if you died and your work gets publicized after your death, well, lucky you, or not so lucky you. But here's the thing, we have something called the internet now. And you can document everything from eating soup to unveiling to the world your greatest masterpiece, your magnum opus. Refer to legends like Da Vinci or Rousseau or Mozart. The second requirement is that it is bigger than you. It's not about you. It's about what you stand for. It's about the ideal. It must be an ideal. It must resonate with the people that consume this. Anything that has ever lasted in history had some sort of ideal behind it, a purpose. Think of some of the changes in our political system, like Franklin D. Roosevelt in the United States, bringing along the New Deal, which changed America forever. The third requirement is that it must be preserved. It cannot go with you to the grave. It must live on beyond your existence. Think of bands like the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, or Black Sabbath. For something to be preserved, it's going to have extended lifespan. It's actually, kind of cliche to say, well, I'm going to take it to the grave. But that seems kind of selfish, don't you think? If you're an artist, especially, shouldn't the world know your art? Your art has meaning. Let it help others. Don't just keep it to yourself. The fourth requirement is that your work must be controversial. Haven't you ever heard of somebody being ahead of their time? And because of that person, great revolutionary things were created out of that? Your efforts may not be met with enthusiasm just yet. You may have to push past resistance and boundaries, but it will be garnered as revolutionary. Remember, it's not about you. It's about what you stand for. So you need to stick to it and firmly believe that that is what it was supposed to do. Fight for your cause. Think of people like Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, or Galileo Galilei, or Copernicus. They may have been geniuses, but it was not without resistance. The fifth requirement is that it must be part of a movement. You must have people to rally behind your cause. Some of the greatest thinkers of human history were either people who started a movement or were part of another cause, and they helped push the ideal forward. Think of the Age of Enlightenment, for example, like John Locke, or even Benjamin Franklin during the American Revolution, or even back to the Renaissance like Machiavelli. The sixth requirement actually ties back to the fifth one, which is that your work must garner recognition. People need to follow you and believe in your cause and celebrate it. This may come in the form of a Grammy, or this may come in the form of a Nobel Prize, of a book. It may just come from your own words. Think of Gandhi or Nelson Mandela. To be immortal is an arduous journey. It's not as simple as becoming just famous, which in and of itself is not so simple. To become immortalized means you create significant impact for everyone. There's a reason why Johann Sebastian Bach is the epitome of Baroque music. You could even say the lifetime of Bach was the lifetime of the Baroque period. You must commit to your cause and see your work through to the end. Your job is not done. Keep fighting. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like. It will help Homerik to reach others and spread the message. We'll come to you with weekly content, so stay tuned. Until next time. Thank you.